Hello from Ozark Christian College. It's day 2 of the 2018 ACCA Women's Basketball Tournament. This is the 5th place game. It's the 5-seed Ozark Christian hosting the 4-seed AFLBS Conquerors. Ozark coming in at 4-20, AFLBS at 2-18. Chris Schumann, glad to be with you as we take a look at the updated bracket heading into day 2. So the last game of the year for both of these teams. Winner takes 5th place. Let's meet the starting lineups. Let's start with the Conquerors. Seth Moan, the head coach, starting number 10, Kelly Kirby. Number 14, Paige Blake. Number 15, Rachel Watson. Number 22, Anna Marshner. And number 23, Tabitha Branham. Starting today for Ozark and head coach Camilla Lacerda is number 3, Adriana Hughes. Number 12, Amelia Harris. Number 14, Sadie Green. Number 31, Desiree Ratliff. And number 34, Hayden Ream. So that's the starters for both of these teams as we settle into this one. Final game of the year. These two teams meeting for the second time this season. Back on November 17th, it was Ozark Christian beating AFLBS by a score of 62-35. Ozark in the white and the Conquerors in the scarlet and yellow. And the tip will be controlled by Ozark. Adriana Hughes, good game in the loss against Providence yesterday. Ozark losing 73-66, misses her jumper long. Extra opportunity for the Ambassadors. AFLBS had a rough go yesterday against Rama, who looked very focused on their way to the semifinals, blowing out AFLBS 114-25. Well, folks, we do have the YouTube chat going. Love to hear from you during today's broadcast. Let us know where you're checking out the game from. Marshner missed it back rim. Rebound controlled by Ream. Ozark had opportunities against Providence. Providence able to squelch any comeback efforts, though, from the Ambassadors. Sadie Green, Bailey Hardiman, who's not here today, combining for 19 rebounds apiece. Green had 10. But a couple of turnovers for Ozark here. AFLBS second possession here in the game. Kirby over to Branham. Good ball movement, finding Blake. Can't get the baseline shot. Hughes out on the run. Hughes pushing, taking on the defense, and she'll go to the line. Adriana Hughes yesterday finished with 21 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal, 8 of 21 shooting. Her first free throws in the tournament, 52% free throw shooter, is short on that one. And neither team yet to break this scoreless tie here about 90 seconds into the game. Branham has it top of the key. Watson on the left, guarded by Ream. Cutter is Blake with 7 on the shot clock. Turnaround shot no good. Hughes the rebound. Hughes again pushing. Steps into a jumper. Free throw line extended. It's good. Hughes, a 32% shooter, able to get that one to go, and Ozark with the first field goal of the game. Ball deflected. Good defense by Ream, but it stays with AFLBS. 3 ball up top by Blake, no good. Tip rebound, Harris into the forecourt now for the Ambassadors. Ream looking underneath for Green. Green puts it up, no. And the rebound to Blake. 2-0 here in the early going. Hand off to Kirby. Kirby is going to be fouled. Well, both teams with an early personal. 7:15 to go here in quarter number 1. Personal. Both teams with a team foul here in the early going. And the first free throw up and good from Kelly Kirby. 66% free throw shooter on the season. Yesterday, Kirby 0 for 2. She's 1 for 2 here today. Into the forecourt, it's Green. Hughes tries right at a lane and draws contact. Team foul number 2 on the Conquerors. So Hughes back to the line, missed them both just seconds ago. It's the first foul of the game on Kelly Kirby, by the way. Hughes, free throw in and out, right back in, 3-1. Madison Grevin, number 12, checking in for Branham for Seth Moan's team. 4-1 in favor of Ozark. Into the forecourt, it's Kirby. Kirby 16 points a game, 6 rebounds, 17 assists. Bounce pass goes to Grevin. Baseline shot, no good from about 8 feet. Rebound controlled by Ratliff. Green to the cutter, Ratliff puts it up and draws the foul. 3 already on AFLBS. So Ratliff, 50% free throw shooter at the line. And misses the first. Expect this one to be low scoring. These two teams combined average 85 points per game. Seth Moan, the early timeout. 6:30 left to go here in the 5th place game, and Ozark leads by 4. Chris Sheeman, and what remains of my vocal cords, glad to be back with you here in Joplin. They're tender. They are very tender. Adriana Hughes with the interception out of the timeout. Glides in for the easy 2. Ozark, good start for the Ambassadors here in the 5th place game. Hughes 3rd after the first day in scoring in this tournament. 21 points on the ladies' side. Primary ball handler for the Ambassadors. Harris, the bounce pass over to Green. Green in the lane. Shot is short. Ratliff, the offensive rebound. Double teamed. Got it out to Hughes. Triggers the 3. It's a little bit long. Another offensive rebound. Ream comes up with it. Harris back to her. Ream for 3. Off the back iron. Tip for the rebound, and it's going to be Ozark's basketball. They're going to get an over to back call on the Conquerors. So that's 4 already, nearing the midway point of this first quarter. 4 team fouls. Ream tries it again, grazes the iron, that's all. How about Harris with another offensive rebound? Green, bounce pass over to Ratliff, baseline shot, yes. You give a team that many opportunities and they're going to capitalize. Ozark gets it to go and leads by 8. Watson top of the key. Here's Kirby from downtown, an air ball. Well, Blake tried to save it. It's going to be deflected off the Conquerors. Looks like we're going to get a sub, so we got a little false start here as Branham comes back in. Looks like Watson got hit in the mouth. So they're going to go have a look at her. So that's why Branham came back in. Ream looking for Hughes. Good defense by Grevin to deflect it. Kirby to the cutter, Blake. Blake in the lane, off the glass and in. First field goal for AFLBS. Came in averaging just over 34 points per game. That's it for the Conquerors. Ozark at about 52 a game. Driving is Ratliff. Can't get it to go. Put back too strong from Green. And here come the Conquerors. Trailing by 6. Calling for it underneath. Branham with the fake. Can't get the bucket to go, and it's Ream with another rebound. Green across the timeline into the forecourt. Looking for Hughes. Good anticipation. Blake. Kirby finds her. Blake lays it up and in. Back-to-back buckets for AFLBS. And it's 9-5. Hughes from Green. The step back 3. Way off. Rebound controlled by Kirby. Kirby looking to push. Open look for Blake for 3. In and out. Offensive rebound put back by Marshner on the first effort. No. Second effort is good. 6-0 run for the Conquerors. Timeout Ozark. 3:13 left to go here in the first quarter. We will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. 9-7, 6-0 run for the Conquerors. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. Just underway here in the first quarter in this 5th place game. Nice move by Green. Can't get the bucket, and it goes out of bounds, though. So Conquerors will get it back. Trying to tie or take the lead with a 3. Both of these teams struggle from behind the arc. Ozark just 22%, and AFLBS 20%. Yesterday, Ozark was 12 of 30 from behind the arc. A lot of three-pointers, in fact. over half of their field goals, 30 out of the 52 from behind the arc. They shot 40% though, so shots were falling. Defense had some difficulties though in that game against Providence. And Ozark committed 34 turnovers in that loss. Open jumper, Kirby. We are tied, 8-0 run now for the Conquerors. Green into the forecourt. Here's Hughes on the far side, dribbles to the top, now left. Adriana Hughes to Green, extra pass, Ratliff, yes. That's a two-pointer, ends that 8-0 run and gives Ozark the lead back as we go inside 2 to play here in the first quarter. Branham. Here's Blake. Catch and shoot Kirby in the corner, an air ball. Offensive rebound by Grevin, looking for the cutter, Kirby. Tied up. Harris ties her up, jump ball. Will keep the possession on this end of the floor. Shot clock did not reset, so 10 to shoot for the Conquerors. Bounce pass underneath. Kirby unable to get it to go. Here comes Hughes and Ozark. Green over to Harris. Left side, it's Ream. Ream looking to get it underneath to Ratliff. Pass off the mark. Hughes tried to save it, but it goes out of bounds. Coming in for the Conquerors is Rachel Watson, number 15. And Grevin sits down. Watson up top. Here is Blake over to Marshner, 8 to shoot. Branham up top, 5 to shoot. Marshner's got a hoist, does, and hits. Tied for the second time here today. Conquerors looking for their first win of the season on the basketball court. They have 2 to their record, but both of those forfeits against Oak Hills. Hughes on the right, 7 to shoot now. The Ratliff. Ratliff lost it. Marshner with the steal. Anna Marshner. Good defense from the senior post player. All but 2 players, Jessica Green and Kelly Kirby, are seniors playing in their final games of their careers. And right now the Conquerors have the lead. Here is Hughes. Hughes to beat the buzzer. Got it to go. Ice in her veins. We are tied at 13, 1 quarter in the books. We'll step aside here in the 5th place game. Come back in just a moment. Start of quarter number 2. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. It's the 5th place game in this 2018 ACCA Women's Basketball Championship. Semifinals coming up at 2:15 and 7:30. It'll be Randall taking on Rama. That should be a fun one at 2:15. Then Arlington will be a big favorite against Providence later tonight at 7:30. Into the forecourt, it's Kirby. Kirby looking underneath, threw it away. Ratliff the steal. Harris into the forecourt for Ozark, the host school. Started out strong, leading it 9-1 in that first quarter. 8-0 run tied it up. We've been back and forth ever since as Ream, her 3-ball goes in and out. Good offensive rebounding to start for Ozark, but the shooting just not there as you see the miss from Ratliff, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by the Conquerors. Sadie Green will inbound it. Harris pass deflected, and it goes out of bounds. Still A for effort. You'll like that if you're Seth Moan from Kirby. So Madison Grevin, Paige Blake, Rachel Watson, Anna Marshner, Branham, and Olivia Pavlish are all the seniors who are playing in their final game. Bailey Hardiman, the lone senior for Ozark, not here today. So her career wrapped yesterday. Ozark's got a lot of young players. Amelia Harris will be the only senior coming back next year. All freshmen and sophomores for Camilla Lacerda in her second season. Green inbound. Here's Ream off the back iron. Branham the rebound. Kelly Kirby. Now Blake for the Conquerors. Guarded by Hughes. Man, the man goes around her and called for the offensive foul. Good job by Ratliff taking the charge. So the ball will go back to Ozark. Ambassadors this year, one of their 4 wins over AFLBS, as I mentioned in the first quarter. That was their lone win of the first semester. 1-17 since a 3-3 start to the season. So my correction, it was the second semester where we've seen a lot of struggle from Ozark. Started at 500. Lone win in the second half of the year in the second semester at Union College. That was in early January. They have not won in almost 2 calendar months. Ratliff, here's Harris from the half circle. Shot in and out. They're just not falling right now for the Ambassadors. See if AFLBS can capitalize here. Low-scoring game favors them. Seth Moan will call timeout and discuss. 7:37 to go in this opening half. All tied at 13. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. We are tied at 13, fifth place game, Ozark and AFLBS. It's talking about the seniors, all the seniors, all but 2 players on the roster for AFLBS are seniors. And there's a senior on the sidelines for Ozark, Camilla Lacerda, coaching her final game, I've been told, for Ozark. Gonna focus on her education. So I'm sure the Ambassadors players would love to send her off a winner. A lot of seniors for the Conquerors want to win their last game, I'm sure. Fake by Blake. Kelly Kirby drives to the bucket, draws the foul. So Kirby will go to the line. .66% free throw shooter. And AFLBS with their first lead of the ball game. 3 team fouls on the Conquerors, 1 for Ozark. Olivia Pavlish from Rogers, Minnesota, checking in. 1 out of 2 at the line. That's going to go off Ozark, though. Ratliff couldn't gather the rebound, so AFLBS with an extra opportunity here. Kirby to inbound it. Branham, that's going to be thrown into the backcourt. So turnover will give the ball back to Ozark, looking to retake the lead. Hughes into the forecourt. Bounce pass over to Green. Ratliff over to Harris in the corner. Here's Ream up top, 14 to shoot. Ratliff. Ball deflected, out of bounds. Last touch by Pavlish for the Conquerors. 6 to shoot for Ozark. Inbound goes to Hughes, banks it off the glass. Ozark back up by 1. Kelly Kirby into the forecourt. Kirby tied up at the half circle. Possession arrow does favor the Conquerors, though, so they'll keep possession. Blake to inbound it. Left of the hoop, 18 to shoot. To the cutter, it's Kirby getting it to go. So, fifth place game has been competitive. 16-15, low scoring, but we expected that from both of these teams. Hughes on the near side. Ream from downtown. Still can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Green, and she's going to be fouled. That will be team foul number 4 on AFLBS. 2 more subs. Madison Grevin coming back in. Also Anna Marshner for Seth Moan's team. Green with the inbound. Ratliff on the right wing. Looking in for Hughes. Ball deflected again. Paige Blake, good defense. And we're going to get another jump ball. This time the possession arrow favoring Ozark. So again, Green will inbound it. Underneath it's Harris. Turnaround shot. Yes. 17-16 Ambassadors. Back and forth we go here in the second quarter, nearing the midway point of quarter number 2. Watson. It's swung over to Kirby. Had trouble with the pass and loses it. So Ozark will get it back. Fifth place game if you're just joining us. Chris Sheeman and what's left of my voice here with you in Joplin, Missouri. Started out 9-1 in the first quarter. favor of Ozark. AFLBS made an 8-0 run to tie it, and we've been back and forth ever since. Hughes around the defense, too strong. Ratliff tried for the rebound. 2-on-1 now for AFLBS. Here's Green that's Blake from Kirby. Another lead change. 18-17. Past the midway point of the second quarter. Ream to Ratliff. Ratliff cuts in and scores. 19-18. Kirby gets a screen from the free throw line. Missed the jumper. Hughes chases down the rebound. Here's Harris. Steps inside the arc. Mid-range shot and air ball. Blake the rebound out to Kirby. AFLBS looking to run. Kirby pass intercepted by Hughes. Adriana Hughes, 41 steals coming in. It's a Ratliff for 2, and Ozark up by 3. Don't forget, folks, you can use the YouTube chat or the hashtag ACCA Sports. Love to hear from you during today's game. Another steal. This time it's Harris coming up with it. Amelia Harris, 23 steals coming in. 6 players with at least 20 steals for Ozark during the regular season. Harris gets it out. Hughes from downtown. The rainbow shot off the back of the rim. Fight for the rebound, and Green tried to keep it in play and deflected away, but it goes out of play. Tabitha Branham for AFLBS back out there. Branham on the near side, looking for the cutter. Ball deflected. Another turnover, the third straight turnover and third straight steal for Ozark. Harris to Hughes. Hughes from way downtown, short on it. Rebound controlled by Blake. Then we're going to get an Ozark foul. So, second team foul on the Ambassadors with just inside 3 minutes to go here in this opening half. Kelly Kirby coming back into the game. Watson will sit down. Blake into the forward court. Blake up top. Ball deflected. Fourth straight steal for Ozark. Hughes turns on the Jets. Right to the bucket. Ozark by 5. Blake. Here's Branham looking underneath Marshner. Defender went for a steal. Might have been some contact there, but no call. Ratliff unable to get the rebound. Then Blake can't get the bucket. Marshner tried for the rebound. This time Ratliff comes down with it. Ream on the near side. Thought about it. Instead, it's Green. Trouble with the pass, able to gather. Out to Hughes, back to Green. Hughes left open, still can't get it to go from downtown. 23-18, Ozark leading by 5 on a 6-0 run. Kirby, ball deflected. 5 steals in the last couple of minutes for Ozark. Here's Green to the bucket. Yes. So it's an 8-0 run now for Ozark. 25-18. Timeout. AFLBS. 1:23 left to go in this second quarter. We'll be back here in just a moment. Welcome back, AFLBS with the basketball. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. Inside minute and a half left to go here in this opening half. Conquerors trying to end an 8-0 run for Ozark. Jump ball called. Possession arrow will keep it with AFLBS. Watson the inbound. Branham fires. It's an air ball. Rebound controlled by Green. Green into the forecourt. Hughes. Green now over to Ream. Ratliff skies it off the backboard. It's a 10-0 run for Ozark, and they lead it by 9. Trouble with the pass. Grevin able to come up with it. Watson. Branham. 7 to shoot. Grevin with 3. Watson's got a hoist. She does. It's an air ball, and that will be a shot clock violation. So good close to the half defensively for the Ambassadors on a 10-0 run on the offensive side thanks to their good defense. And now they can hold for the final shot of the half. Hughes, sit over to Green. Hughes, Ream. Hughes back over to Green, and she didn't get it off in time. But Ozark closes the half strong on a 10-0 run. They lead fifth place game by a score of 27-18. We'll take a break, come back with the second half here in about 15 minutes. Start of quarter number 3 in the 5th place women's game here in this 2018 ACCA National Championship. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. It's Ozark 27, AFLBS 18. Let's take a look at the first half numbers as quarter number 3 is underway. For Ozark, 2 players in double figures scoring. It's Adriana Hughes with 12 and Ratliff with 13 now as she makes her first bucket here in the third quarter. Hughes 5 of 12. Ozark 0 of 11 from three-point range, where this game would be a lot more wide open than it is. Hughes is 0 for 6 from three-point range, but she does have, as I mentioned, 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 steals. Ratliff now with 13 and 5. Leading scorers for AFLBS, Kelly Kirby, with 8 points on 3 of 7 shooting. 6 for Paige Blake, 3 of 8 from the field to go along with 4 boards. 4 points for Anna Marshner. That's all the scoring for AFLBS. Conquerors 12 turnovers to just 6 for Ozark. Ozark plus 3 in rebounding, 9 offensive rebounds for the Ambassadors. Points in the paint, 18 to 14 in favor of Ozark. Off turnovers, it's 10-9 in favor of Ozark. So those are your first half numbers here in the 5th place game. So both of these teams winding down their seasons. Conquerors looking for their first win on the court. They come in with 2 wins via forfeit. And for Ozark, Camilla Lacerda, her final game coaching, she wants to send her team off, and her team wants to send her off as winners. Back-to-back turnovers. Conquerors will get the basketball back. Also 6 seniors for the Conquerors playing in their final games. Madison Grevin, Paige Blake, Rachel Watson, Anna Marshner, Tabitha Branham, and Olivia Pavlish. Kirby turnaround shot is short. Rebound controlled by Harris. Harris now 5 rebounds, a couple of points for her as well. Harris had it poked from behind. Good defense, but Ratliff able to get it back. Ratliff throws it up short. Offensive rebound by Harris. Turnaround 3, yes. It was 18-17 AFLBS in the second quarter. Since then, Ozark on a 15-0 run. 5 straight to start the third quarter. Branham to Kirby. Kirby for 3 off the back iron. And a rebound's going to go off Blake out of bounds. Early sub for Seth Moan's team. Madison Grevin coming into the game. This is game number 2 today of 8. We started at 9 a.m. Our last game scheduled to tip off 9:15. And that's assuming everything goes according to plan. Blake drives to the bucket. Too strong off the glass. Defensive rebound pulled down by Green, who brings it into the forecourt for Ozark. Hughes trying to break the ice. She does. Her first 3-pointer of the game. The run now 17 straight for Ozark. Kirby, she's going to be fouled. That will be team foul number 2 here in the third quarter on Ozark. Ozark bringing in Gabrielle Crump for the first time here in the tournament, replacing Amelia Harris. Shot is short by Branham. Hughes the rebound. Hughes been trying to push the tempo. Conquerors getting back on defense, though. Green drives in. The pull-up, yes. So Ozark is cooking here in the third quarter. They're out to a 19-point lead now, 20 straight points for the Ambassadors. Branham, it's an over open look for Watson, missed it long, and it's going to go out of bounds back to Ozark. Teams in the first half shooting 35% for Ozark, 33% for AFLBS, but Conquerors yet to get a field goal here in quarter number 3. And with all the offensive struggles that they've had, they can't afford to give up too many more points. Ratliff thought about it. Cross court to Ream. Ratliff with 4 on the shot clock and a foul with the shot clock winding down on the Conquerors. Sadie Green will inbound it. Fresh 30 to work with for Ozark. Hughes fakes the 3, drives in, and she'll go to the line. Both teams now with 2 team fouls here in this third quarter. Hughes in the first half, 2 out of 4 from the charity stripe, right about her average at 52%. Connects on the first one here. Good again. So Ozark now 22 consecutive points as they lead it by 21. These 2 teams meeting for the second time this season. Back on November 17th, it was Ozark 62-35 over the Conquerors. AFLBS, Branham misses that offensive rebound. Kirby, and the putback is good. First field goal of the quarter for AFLBS. That ends a 22-0 run for Ozark. Madison Grevin shaken up on the play. And it looks like she'll come out. Olivia Pavlish will come back into the game. So it's Ratliff out on the court with Sadie Green and Adriana Hughes. Also Crump. Naraja also out there for Ozark. She's got the basketball, too strong off the glass. Gaga Naharaja from Africa. And hopefully I got most of that name right. Appearing in just her 7th game this season. Number 55 in white. Kirby throws it up. She'll draw a foul. Naraja called for the foul. Team foul number 3 on Ozark. First free throw is short from Kirby. Kelly Kirby today 2 of 5 from the free throw stripe. Make it 3 of 6 as she gets 1 out of 2. Ambassadors, Green across the timeline into the forecourt. Hughes on the left side. Crump. Green. Naraja airballs it. And the rebound controlled by Branham. Watson into the forecourt. Here's Kirby. Underneath Marshner, yes, and the foul. Team foul number 4 on Ozark with 4:04 left to go here in this third quarter. So Anna Marshner, just 1 out of 2 from the charity stripe this season. Try to complete an old school 3-point play. And she does. So the Conquerors starting to pick it up on the offensive end. Need to get some stops here. Ozark, between the second and third quarters, had a 22-0 run. Desiree Ratliff is fouled. She'll go to the line. Team foul number 3 on the Conquerors. Ratliff 50% from the charity stripe on the season and 1 out of 2 today. Rims in the first one. Well, the magic number in this game for the Ambassadors is 50. And they've got 41 right now. The reason why I say that is the Conquerors have scored 50 points just one time. That was against Leech Lake back in early February, about a month ago. They've been held under 30 points 6 times. Looks like they'll get over that. Offensive foul called on Kirby. Both teams with 4 now with 3:44 to go here in the quarter, so 15 foul. Both teams will be in the bonus on the next one. Sadie Green into the forecourt. Ozark will call for time. We'll step aside. 3:38 left to go here in quarter number 3. It's the 5th place game. Ozark in control. Ozark with the basketball out of the timeout here in the 5th place game on the women's side. Adriana Hughes on the near side. Crump top of the key, back to Hughes. Catch and shoot 3. Missed it, side iron. Rebound controlled by Pavlich. And then Crump comes and takes it away and calls timeout. So we'll step away again just briefly, coming right back. .319 left to go here in quarter number 3. Ambassadors with the basketball. Crump misses the jumper. Branham controls for AFLBS. Blake into the forecourt. Bounce pass taken away by Hughes, but she stepped over the line. And it will stay on this side of the floor. Kelly Kirby with the basketball. Over to Blake. Open look for 3. Does not hit. Rebound controlled by Ratliff. Hughes again looking to push. The up step and to the bucket. Adriana Hughes, 2 more to her total. And the lead is 19 for Ozark. Kirby fakes the three, takes it inside the free throw line, misses the jumper. Rebound controlled by Green. Green throws ahead for Crump. Trouble with the pass. Kirby steals it back. Cutting is Blake. Turnaround shot and air ball. Adriana Hughes another rebound. And again, she's pushing. Oh, traveled with the basketball there, and she knew it. So turnover will give the ball back to the Conquerors. Ozark in control here in the fifth place game. Seth Moan making more subs. Grevin and Watson checking back in. Watson into the forecourt. Blake on the near side. Grevin tosses over to Watson. 17 to shoot. That's going to be over the head of Grevin, who cannot save it. So the ball goes back to Ozark. Both teams with 14 fouls. 1:44 remaining here in quarter number 3. Crump on the near side. Pass off the mark. Steal by Branham. Blake into the forecourt. Grevin on the right. Watson. Ooh, Crump got hurt. Landed awkwardly, and she's going to hit the deck. So injury timeout, 1:15 to go here in the third quarter. We're going to step aside here for just a moment. Krishima, glad to be back with you here in the fifth place game. Ozark leading by 19. Open look for Watson. Airballs the three, and that's going to go out of bounds. 1:02 left to go here in this third quarter. Game number 2 of 8 today. Men's consolation game between Providence and Rama coming up. Women's semifinals today at 2:15 and 7:30. Randall and Rima at 2:15. Arlington and Providence at 7:30. Another player shaken up. For Ozark, it's Naraja. It's holding her knee. So she'll come out. Harris coming back in for her. Another sub as well for the Conquerors as Jessica Green comes in for the first time today, number 2 for AFLBS. Here's Blake, top of the key. Grevin bounce pass to Green. Green shot blocked, but they call a foul. So Green goes to the line. First free throws of the season, played in just 9 regular season games. Did not score a point, so Jessica Green with an opportunity here to score her first points of the year. Team foul number 5 on Ozark. Both teams have been in the bonus. And that free throw is way off. Green, 1 out of 2. That's the first point of the year for Jessica Green. And Ozark wants to talk about it. 30 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. We will step aside. Ozark can hold for the final shot of this third quarter. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. They lead 43-25 here in the fifth place game. Now Raja back out there after having some difficulties with her knee. Goes to the bucket, can't score. That's going to go off Grevin out of play. So 11 seconds left to go. It's only 0.3 of a difference between the game and shot clock. Catch and shoot by Ream for three, no good. Rebound controlled by Blake. Blake, ball deflected out. Coming up with it, Marshner for three. And the third quarter comes to an end. Ozark 43, AFLBS 25 here in the fifth place game. With Ozark in control, we're going to cut the audio so I could save what's left of my voice. Now, if the game becomes close again, competitive again, then I will bring it back. But for right now, it looks like Ozark will secure fifth place. 10 minutes left to go. We'll be back with the fourth quarter here in just a minute. AFLBS briefly cutting it to a single-digit deficit, so we're going to bring the broadcast in for the final 4:30 of this one. Ozark still in control, but the Conquerors not going away. 48 now to 39 is the lead. Now it's a steal by Blake, who glides in, missed the layup, and then a frustration foul on Page. So Chris Sheeman back here with you. This fifth place game coming down to the wire. 4:17 left to go. Ozark's led by as many as 20 in this ball game. At one point they led 9-1 in the very early going. AFLBS made an 8-0 run to tie it up. 22 straight points for Ozark between the second and third quarters pushed their lead out, but they have gotten sloppy. Kirby off the steal, stripped by Hughes. Seth Moan begging for a foul, and Adriana Hughes dribbles it out of bounds. Sloppy right now for Ozark. Winner of this game takes fifth place. Season concludes for both of these teams here this morning, or afternoon now. Kirby from the free throw stripe, an air ball. It's batted back. Marshner to Branham. Baseline shot no good by Kirby. Here comes Ozark. Hughes, the pull up. Missed it. Rebound controlled by Kirby. Kirby coast to coast, had it stripped, and a foul called on Harris. Kelly Kirby will inbound it. 14 fouls on AFLBS, 3 on Ozark, 3:30 left to go. That three ball missed underneath, unable to get the putback was Watson, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Conquerors. Some pressure being shown. No trouble by Ozark to beat it. Ream thought about it. Harris will take. Way off. Rebound controlled by Marshner, but the pass deflected. Green with the steal. Adriana Hughes back to Harris. Cross court, it's Ratliff. Threw it away, but it's deflected off AFLBS. I don't think Grevin was aware of that. She could have easily come up with that ball. 14 to shoot for Ozark instead. Here's Hughes. Over to Ream. Corner, Green. Ream fakes the three, floats it up. No, she's fouled on the floor. That will be team foul number 5 on AFLBS. Sadie Green, 56% from the charity stripe during the season. And we're going to get a timeout. 2:42 left to go here in the game. We'll be right back. Free throws to come for Ozark. Welcome back out of the timeout. Free throws for Ozark. Chance to extend it to double figures again. 2:42 left to go here in this final quarter. Lead back to 10 for the Ambassadors. Both free throws are good. Ozark by 11 again. Still time for Conquerors, but they're going to need perfect play here. Got to get it going on the offensive end. As I mentioned earlier in this broadcast, the magic number for Ozark is 50. AFLBS has scored 50 points just one time, and the Conquerors turn it over here. So Ozark able to hit that mark off those free throws. Hughes into the front court. Harris gets it back from Ream, throws it up, no. Rebound controlled by the Conquerors, and then it's ripped away by Green. Open look for Green, corner three off the back iron. Rebound controlled by the Conquerors. Inside 2 to play here in the 5th place game. And out of control. Kirby draws contact. .155 left to go. That's team foul number 4 on Ozark. So AFLBS will inbound. Kirby from downtown. Around the rim, no. Watson offensive rebound. Kirby for 3. Not that time either. Rebound controlled by Green. Throws ahead for Ratliff. Ratliff puts it up and gets the roll. So Ozark has just about wrapped this one up. Past 90 seconds to go here in the 5th place game. Kirby, mid-range shot, no good. Branham from the baseline, an air ball. Hughes the rebound, coming over the back was Grevin. And that's going to be free throws now for Ozark. Adriana Hughes back at the charity stripe. So AFLBS will end their season at 2-19. Ozark will snap a 12-game losing streak and send Camilla Lacerda off as a winner, winning their 5th game of the season, taking 5th place here in this tournament. Approaching 1 minute left to go. Branham. Green had it deflected, taken away by Crump. Ozark can run some clock here. Harris, bounce pass over to Ream. Hughes. Ream again, 9 to shoot. Ream fakes the 3, throws it up off the back of the rim. No. Ratliff the putback. Yes. So Ozark putting a little extra frosting on the cake in what will be a victory for the Ambassadors here today. Shot clock is off. Conquerors bringing Green back into the game. Turnaround shot is short. Hughes the rebound. That's Crump with the jumper, and the game comes to a close. So Ozark takes 5th place, winning 54-39 today over AFLBS. So your updated look at the bracket. Ozark wins 5th. 2 semifinals on the ladies' side coming up this afternoon and evening. We got to go get ready for our next game a men's consolation game between Providence and Rama. Once again, your final, Ozark 54, AFLBS 39. We'll talk to you again in about 20 minutes.